Okay, so you guys sent in some pretty interesting stuff this week.
Yeah,
It seems like there's a lot going on in the global economy right now, you know?
absolutely.
We've got Trump talking tariffs again, and big moves in crypto.
Right.
And of course, gold is going crazy. And then we've got BiyaPay doing something kind of unexpected.
Interesting mix.
Yeah, so in this deep dive, let's try to connect the dots.
So good.
So, how do all these seemingly separate things relate to each other? And
Yeah.
what should we be paying attention to?
Let's figure it out.
Okay, so first up, tariffs.
Right.
You sent some articles about Trump's plan for a 10% tariff on everything we import,
Uh-huh.
and he even threatened a 50% tariff on Chinese goods.
Wow, 50%.
I know, right?
That's huge.
So what are the immediate consequences if he actually does this?
Well, the articles you sent,
Yeah.
they paint a pretty clear picture.
Okay.
We're probably going to see global trade tensions get even worse.
Right.
And that kind of uncertainty makes the markets nervous.
Makes sense.
So the articles are predicting a stock market downturn.
Yeah, I saw that.
And some even say there's a risk of a global recession.
Yeah, they were using some pretty strong language.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like paralysis of international trade even.
Yeah, risk of market collapse.
Exactly,
Yeah,
it seems like.
that sounds serious.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be a pretty big deal.
Okay, well, and then on top of all that, the U.S. dollar index has slipped to around 103.
Right.
So how does that connect to the tariff situation?
Well, when a country starts messing around with trade policies like this,
Yeah,
it can make people lose confidence in its currency.
I see.
Investors start looking for safer places to put their money.
Mm-hmm.
And a weaker dollar is basically a sign that people aren't so confident in the U.S. economy right now.
Okay, that makes sense. And speaking of investors looking for safe places,
Yeah.
we've got to talk about crypto.
Oh, yeah. Things have been wild there.
You sent in some crazy stuff.
Absolutely.
Like Bitcoin just took a huge dive after hitting over $81,000.
It's been all over the place.
I know, and the amount of money that got liquidated is insane.
Yeah, and it's massive.
Almost $57 billion.
And hundreds of thousands of investors got hit.
It's scary to think about how much leverage some people are using.
Definitely a lot of risk in that space.
Yeah, and it's not just a Bitcoin thing either.
Right. The whole crypto market's down 30% since its peak.
So this isn't just a little blip.
Not at all. Looks like a major correction is happening.
And then you also included those warnings from European regulator.
Oh, right. Yeah, those are interesting.
They're worried about the connection between crypto and traditional finance in the U.S.
Uh-huh. They're saying if crypto crashes, it could take down parts of the regular financial system too.
Like a domino effect.
Exactly.
Okay, so crypto is taking a beating, but guess what's doing really well?
Let me guess, gold.
You got it.
Of course.
Gold's almost at $3,000 an ounce now.
Classic flight to safety.
Right when things get uncertain.
People want gold.
Always.
It's like the ultimate safe haven.
And it makes sense that gold is going up while the dollar is going down.
Totally two sides of the same coin.
Okay, so we've got tariffs making the economy shaky.
Yep.
Crypto's all over the place.
Uh-huh.
And gold is through the roof.
Classic signs of uncertainty.
Yeah, and then you threw in this BiyaPay thing.
Oh, yeah. They're doing some interesting stuff.
They're launching fiat to digital currency exchanges.
And get this, zero fee transactions.
Yeah, that caught my eye too.
Pretty bold move in this kind of environment.
Right, so they're making it easier and cheaper to move between regular money and crypto.
And they specifically mentioned support for USDT to fiat exchanges with no limits.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a way to get out of the volatile crypto market,
BiyaPay is making it pretty tempting.
yeah, it seems like they're trying to position themselves as the go-to place for all this movement between different types of currencies.
Makes sense given the current climate.
So to sum it all up,
Yeah.
based on what you sent us,
Uh-huh.
all this talk about tariffs is creating uncertainty,
Definitely.
and that's making the crypto markets freak out.
Yeah. Volatility through the roof.
And people are running to gold for safety.
Classic.
And then in the middle of all this, you've got BiyaPay trying to make it easier to navigate the chaos.
Smart move.
It's like all these things are connected.
Absolutely. None of this is happening in a vacuum.
Right. The things governments do has a huge impact on the markets.
And then those market changes create new opportunities and challenges for businesses and investors.
Exactly. So here's the big takeaway for everyone listening.
Okay, I'm listening.
We've got potential tariffs looming.
Yeah.
Crypto's on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Gold is the place to be if you're feeling scared.
Right.
And new financial services are popping up to help people ride the waves.
Makes you think.
It really does.
Yeah.
So here's something for you to ponder.
Okay.
Given everything we've just talked about,
Yeah.
How should you be thinking about diversifying your own investments?
That's a good question to think about.
Right, because the global economy is definitely in a weird place right now.
No doubt about it.
So it's more important than ever to have a solid plan.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll see you next time.